Moshe que seretai. Okay. Kira. Kurita tarisi tu. Como se puto. Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel on YouTube, Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self, on TikTok, 1974 Enlightened Soul, and I'm also live on my Facebook. If you're new to my channel, I always recommend, suggest, and I really encourage you to read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self, to get a better understanding of what it is forward. I was watching, and I forgot to bring up his video. His parents told him to go on and record himself having a schizophrenic episode. And as I was watching him, like, I see things from a different perspective. I see things from a spiritual perspective, okay? And others see it from a medical perspective. See, when you go through it and you understand what it is that you're experiencing, okay, because you're probably an empath, a Hyokia empath, what have you, okay? Other people, they don't understand that. I asked the doctor if he was familiar and when I went to emergency room, I asked them if they were familiar with an empath. Well, no, didn't know anything about it, which, everyone should be educated with regards to an empath, or like whatever form, a weather empath. Hyokia, they experience it very intensely. They are the higher of the empaths. Now, a lot of empaths, you either feel the experience, you hear the experience, and sometimes we react with the experience. Okay. This young man, he said that, like, he was explaining what he was hearing. And it was like he received a phone call and they told him to take his own life. Don't do that. Okay. They told him that the special services or someone was much like watching him. See, I went through times when it was saying that somebody had poisoned my food. It's like, yeah, okay. If they poisoned it, I guess, I'll be poisoned and what have you. So I eat it. Because you're experiencing, sometimes you're experiencing others' conversations of what they're saying to other people. That's the part where I say the spirit to spirit. They'll say you're auditorially hallucinating. Well, you're psychic. You have telepathy, the ability to hear other thoughts or have a conversation. But people will say that's psychosis, schizophrenia. And that's the part where, if you knew that you were actually experiencing it, not just in a medical, but in the spiritual aspect of it, the spirit. Putting medical aside, that's the part of coming back to spirit, and I'll say it, like you think of when they do your biblical text and what have you, the prophecies. You say they were hearing God. So if only they can hear God, why is that? See, people will see me on here going like, ti sei che lei è tutto pure gay, because it's the energetic, it's the fear of our own inner deep feelings. There was one woman and one person that commented, and they asked, like, does it ever say positive things? When you're in the like physical spirit world, you're in the in between. Okay. You're going to experience both, but it's mastering the control of self. Like the young fella, he said, like he knows that there's no spies after him. Okay. See, some would say, well, you should say this is for entertainment purposes only. No, this is my experience. So it's not for entertainment purposes. And I'll tell you, it's not as easy as just ignoring it or taking a pill for it or praying. It's facing it. Not being afraid of what it's bringing forward, but actually helping each other, because many people are experiencing it. They're in the closet, or it's kept secret. It's like a multiple personality disorder, as you call it in the medical field, but you're actually experiencing different forms of spirit, different forms of your own inner thoughts, feelings, or past experiences. Believe me, it's pretty fucking creepy. That's that part, like when the spirit aspect of it tries to seep into your mind. It's the waves. So I said an empath experiences people's thoughts, feelings, expressions, inner knowings. That's why you see a lot that, we just, you're not crazy. We go in hermit mode because it's like it gets worse when it's around people. It's learning to know what spirit is trying to express to you, show you your surroundings of yourself. So I said, like, you know, we see our hindrance, and many people don't understand the gift that it is. And it doesn't feel like a fucking gift. Believe me, it doesn't until you understand how to utilize it, how to become the one in control. And not, it's not in control, because when you're always wanting you to be in control, there's no working together. That's the part where, you say the light, the dark, the light, the shadow, the angels, the demons, the masculine, the feminine. Those are parts of ourselves. And it can manifest into what they medically call schizophrenia or psychosis, or it's like when you're going, like the young fella, he heard someone say gotcha. You know how many times I've heard it was multiple people having a conversation and they're chasing someone down. Sometimes you hear get 'em boys. That's the spiritual war. And that's the war that's taking place in each individual. Some are aware of it, some are not. Some are experiencing it, and some are not, and some are, but too afraid to say anything because they see what others go through when they express it. With what you call schizophrenia, which you're experiencing the spirit world, even if it is coming off of a physical body, or you're experiencing their spirit, the anger within them, the frustration, the happiness, the joy, the just confused. So when people are experiencing this stuff, this is what I talk about, because I bring it forward. I don't talk so much to the person as I talk with the spirit. Asking that spirit, like it says about why. why kill myself or take my own life? Why would you want, like, things like that? It's that medium. We're all mediums and we're our own medium. Sometimes we need somebody else to show us that. I know what he was experiencing because when I was in the psychiatric unit in 2021, it was like I was on a phone and I could hear, it was like my dad talking to me, but it was in spirit. But people say that's schizophrenia, psychosis, because the only thing they can relate to it is mental health. And when you keep looking at it from the mental health aspect of it, things just get worse. Because if you come off your medication, if you're on it, then it just manifests again, only it feels stronger than before. It's like when you face a fear, or you face the unknown because you're walking into the darkness. It's like going into the darkness can feel very calm after you overcome it, the fear of it. So when he was sitting there and he was saying what he was experiencing, and then he said he heard someone like holler, and he jumped and looked around. You may be a young fella with ADHD, autism. Because those are very gifted people, even if they don't believe it, because you don't feel like it's a gift at the time. Sometimes you feel like you're a burden to everybody else because they don't get it. It's like they don't get it. Wonder how people that are experiencing it gets it. And when people don't understand it, it makes it harder and worse for the ones experiencing it, because that's when they feel like it's a hindrance and we're burdens. But we're not. You are the creators, the true creators. But you see past the complexity of everything. You see past all of the doodads and gadgets, and you get right down to the nitty gritty because you see it, you feel it, you hear it, you experience it in many different forms and ways. Like you feel like sometimes that people are out to get you, and there's like certain individuals, you know, if you're gifted, they don't want you to acknowledge and see that for yourself, because if you do, then you no longer need them. It's like people say the devil, the demons, or Satan. When are you going to defeat him? But not defeat him. Show that, you know, you're just as strong, if not stronger. It's like asked what, like that young fella saying what the voice are saying. That's why when I come on here and I'm experiencing things, I explain. And I work with the spirit because I'm here to help that spirit move on, move forward, find out what's holding it. It's like the chains, keeps you breaking the sire. The sire is the father of the pain, which is the fear of your own gifts. You know, whether I look like right out to lunch or crazy, I still tell people my experience. Because it was my experience. Wasn't it's like the illusion of not being able to see what's there. You see many videos and people say, "Oh, it's AI, it's AI." Okay, I'll go to CRISPR. Do you know the splicing and all the shit they're doing? And you like these weird creatures. You know, it's like they probably back in their day, in ancient times, like people probably thought the ones that were saying about this stuff were like right out to lunch. So, in order to keep everything an illusion, you have to say everything is AI so people won't believe the truth. It's like the CIA or the military or the FBI or what have you giving someone a drug so that they can have the sight, the remote viewing, so that they can have the extra strength or what have you to help. Like it's because it relaxes you so much that you embody, but you embody the flood. And that's what schizophrenia and psychosis is. It's more of the flood. Comes in slow, but it comes in fast when it comes in at once. That's the mind fuck of it all. That's when it feels like the chatter. But it's like you're tapped into the fucking party line. How many of you growing up, like especially Gen X, you had a party line? Sometimes 3 to 10 people on the party line, all like wanting to use the phone at the same time or picking up the phone and hearing other people's conversations. You know, a lot of people were pretty fucking nosy then. The church on the hand of, you know, the spiritual aspect of it. They understand parts of it, but they don't understand the rest of it, because, you know, if we work through trauma and whatever form, then it wouldn't get to that point, because it's that part where we say, well, I'm getting on, like, I'm always getting on people. It's learning how to, whatever you feel you're getting on people, you're putting on those people because you don't want to face whatever it is that you're putting on those people. That's why you feel like you're getting on people. People see karma one way, I see it a different way. You make your, like, you know, if karma's thrown at you, you keep retaliating. And that's the part where, you know, even psychosis or schizophrenia comes in, because it gives that mindset sometimes. Because you feel like you're not in control. ADHD people, they're told you got to sit still. The human body is not meant to be sitting still. Nor is the mind, because it's forever moving. Even when you're still. Exactly. Whoever said that. See, when people when people kind of mock me and how I am and have you, it's like spirit just, it's like, seriously? But I know that, like, you know, it's like autism. They feel like they're screaming because everything is all at once, and it's like you can't stop the chatter, you can't stop everything. It's like it's all like moving fast but slow at the same time, because it's like the like, okay, being on the scrambler, it's like whoosh 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 whoosh. Saying I went on the scrambler last summer. Holy shit. I was sitting there and I was just tapping into the energy of the scrambler. And I was like, Lucia, you're so good. And as I was doing that and going with it, it was like I was moving with the scrambler. And energetically, it was like I had control of my own motion. You know, my whole, like, growing up, I was always told depression or psychosis or conversion disorder, conversion reaction. A bunch of different fucking labels. And then I started being aware of my spirit. I don't know what they have me labeled as now, but last time like when I, not last time, but well, yeah, the last time in the psychiatric unit, they told me that they diagnosed me as unexplained. They can't explain spirit. CIA and all them, they're like, that's why they give these illicit drugs to people. Just learning how to do it without them. I use CBD. Being honest about that, I don't take medication, but I do use CBD sometimes. Am I ashamed of that? Fuck no. People say, well, you're still using drugs then. Well, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it a way that, how the benefits that CBD actually has when it's in its natural plant state. They give it to kids, babies who suffer from seizures, but they don't want to make that readily available to people because it actually helps. Doesn't make me hallucinate. It goes to, like, it expands where I don't use THC because it's like it makes you feel like you're out of control. It's not all people. Some people, it just mellows them right out. But, you end up like, it's like you can end up with that paranoia state because you're actually like, you experience your spirit more. You experience the spirit world. That's why you have the natives that do that, or even in the biblical aspect, because everybody wants to know, like, not everybody. My sister told me, I don't want to be like you. Well, it's only shitty until you understand what it is that you're going through, and then it's just like, well, I'll go with the flow. But sometimes it's like right now, I feel like something doesn't feel that, it's like Durisikumue. So I understand and I see where that, like, but once you start seeing it from a spiritual perspective, that's when you'll see things change. You're going to have it's like having the good with the bad to come to terms with certain things and face them. And that's what the schizophrenia and psychosis does. When it was said, I'm going to get biblical. It said that Jesus told one of the disciples that he wasn't going to heal him because he wanted him to, learn it on his own. Those were the ones that, if you learned it, like, you're the one that, is going to be the teacher for the next ones. And they say walk a mile in so and so's shoes. Some of us, we couldn't walk that mile. That's what I say. People are experiencing things, but they're not coming forward because they see people like you and myself go through. It's like you want to heal from something, yeah. First, you got to figure out what you're trying to heal from. Yeah. Your spirit gets beat, battered, bruised, including your ego, and it manifests into what they perceive to be mental health because you push it out of your mind and you push it out of your heart, and then all of a sudden it's like the whole fucking filing cabinet blows wide open. It's called your Akashic records. The Vatican. The Vatican is you. You are the church. You are the temple. They have a literal Vatican where, different things are kept, but in the end, it's you. You are the Akashic record because you are the books, you are the memories, you are the experience. So once you understand what it is that you're really experiencing, that's when things will change. That's when those experiences will become more healing. I said, like when you suffer from a PTSD, that's spirit's way showing you what you need to address and face in order to heal and move forward. But a lot of time we stay stuck in that part because it's like, no, it comes up a little bit and it hurts. Back you go. But when it pops, it's like letting the worms of the can. Or, you know, thought he farted, but he really shit himself because, you it's like if you have a computer and you put too much in it and it will no longer hold, then the system no longer works so properly. It's like a virus in the system. It's like sometimes, yeah, we can become internal cowards. But that's the ego, because the ego never wants to face itself. People who are told they suffer from psychosis or schizophrenia or any, I totally get where you're coming from. Where, especially where, it doesn't feel like a gift. Yeah. But that's only because others don't understand how much of a gift it really is and how they actually have the gift too. It's like having a phone without having a phone. It's like you have the waves with the electronic phones when telepathy is the direct line. It's like we always dislike the messenger because they always hate when the messenger's the one that's right. Sometimes a messenger will bring false information, but is it that it's false information, or is it the messenger is trying to help you figure it out for yourself, giving you the different perspectives, the different scenarios, and say, like, hey, what makes sense? Something so simple made so confusing. I know other people who experience this. They just don't say anything. People just think you're talking to yourself now. You have the direct line. Whatever side it feels like it is. There's these phones that are situated in different places. The wind, you hear the wind. The wind is the waves, it's the voices, carries the voices. That's why you hear the echo. I'm not here to be in competition with people, so I'm not going to steal your people for card readings or anything like that, because, personally, I'd rather read the person directly than cards. And I know some people that solely understand how to get readings from, and that's fine. I think it's cool for the readers. But we need to teach each other how to read ourselves. So ADHD people know you're reading everyone else, but you're unable to really discern it from yourself. Autism, you're living on. We're all. It's like we're living on different perspectives of realms and what have you, and we're moving so fast that it's like shit. Get me off this fucking ride. It's like, no, just like I did on the scrambler. Learn to move with the flow. Right now, it I'm looking out at the tree, and the like people have the dowsing rods, okay? But back in earlier times, dowsing rod, they didn't use those. They used a stick that like went like that, and then it veered out. So you held it like this, and that's what my grandfather used to find our well. I believe, my mom was like this. My grandfather was like this. I believe, but nobody will believe, like really believe that. Why do people think that, they would sit out and out? Many people who are like this, they spend a lot of time by themselves. When your kids are speaking different tongues and you feel like you put them in speech therapy, they're actually speaking a language. It's an ancient language. I remember, wait, I just choked on my spit. I remember when I first came here, I was like going through the woods and I was channeling so much and I was experiencing it. And I was going through the woods like this. It was like where I'm at is like It has like 10, 12,000 year history. And it was like I was, and then it was like I was in other people from other countries, and they were looking at the trees and touching the trees and what have you. It's like sharing your experience. And I know that, like, don't take offense if I don't accept, because I don't know how this co-hosting stuff works, because last time I went on a co-host, people were insulting me. My teeth, my looks, and those were the ones that were followers of Donald Trump. I channel a lot of perceived biblical stuff because it's seeing it from a perspective where it's not this side or that side that has the gain. It's like we're understanding it in a perspective that frees you from, like, the fighting on either side. It's seeing things in the middle, because then you're seeing both sides. With this schizophrenia, it's you're putting pieces of puzzles together, and that's why nothing makes sense, because you're experiencing your own Akashic records, you're experiencing your own thoughty farted or mind explosion, and it's like you're pulled here, there, and everywhere. That's where you can't sit still, because your energy is constantly moving. Your spirit is constantly trying to accomplish many different things all at the same time. But when you're able to come back into your own moment, then that's when you're able to see what it's all trying to show you, because it all comes back to the same. It's just seeing and observing from different perspectives and trying to pull the pieces instead of just sitting with the pieces and scanning. It's like people say, my life is in shambles. It's because your filing cabinet just went poof, and it's making you face everything that you suppressed. Oh, goddamn. Reci to myślę, jak może insinuar. Believe me, I know how I look. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, in not in a mirror, but it's like a mirror of myself. It's like Det ser lite på det som måste esse la hanoia. People say, what language are you speaking? I speak spirit. Tatisiki mo totokoy. It's a lot of ancient spirits, because the ancient, it goes, excuse me, it goes back, even back to the times when we can't even freaking comprehend what they would have experienced. So it's coming in English. It's like witnessing what our ancestors experienced. That's why you're seeing everything what's going on now. You're seeing those different versions of what your ancestor experienced. That's why this